So when I was around 17, I realized that I hated the way I looked. And this all came about because when I was with my previous girlfriend, there had been some pictures taken and we were on holiday and stuff. And yeah, I just saw myself in this picture. It was on Instagram. And I remember seeing it. I was 17 at the time and I hated the way I looked. It was like a realization moment for me. I kind of had a big belly. I had super skinny arms. My skin was all messed up. I didn't really like the way I looked at all. I just thought I looked unhealthy. My hair was all fucked up and yeah, I was just super unhappy with the way I looked. And seeing that picture of myself is really what got me to start seriously thinking about changing my life. And that's when I started looking up the ab workout videos like you probably did, when you started your gym journey, the 5-10 minute ab workouts that you can do in your room. And then I sort of moved on to the weights bench, got some of my dad's old dumbbells, started working out, started improving my diet, started losing the weight and gaining a little bit of muscle, getting those first gains in. And this all started just from seeing a picture of myself and sort of not liking the way I looked. So I really wanted to change that, and that's what I did, and that's how my self-improvement journey sort of started out. But the whole point I'm making this video is to just explain that the reason why I looked that way, the reason why I was fat, the reason why I had skinny arms, the reason why my skin was poor, the reason why I was socially awkward and just kind of a bit of a loser, to be honest, is because from the majority of my years being a teenager, I was just in pure comfort. I would play video games, I would eat whatever I want, I would stay inside, I'd never go on any walks. I'd see my friends sometimes, but to be honest, a lot of the times when I was seeing my friends, I'd much rather just be sat at my desk playing games. And, when I was playing games with my friends who were also in similar kind of boat to me. And I was just overall just a bit of a loser, to be quite honest with you. And, that all just came from being comfortable from the age of, 10 to 16. I was just in comfort. I never pushed myself. I was always dipping in and out of, finance and self-improvement and wanting to start online business and doing all this stuff. But I never focused on my own health, never focused on my own self-improvement journey. And yeah, it was just comfort, pure comfort. And it led me to that moment where I really wasn't happy with myself. And that's what tipped me over the edge to actually get on self-improvement, start working out, and just start improving the way I was, my health, and the way I looked, and everything really. So I want to talk to you about this. It's basically, how much comfort are you willing to sacrifice right now, today, for your future self? There's a cool idea that, I don't know who I heard it from, but it's something that we can think about, is pretty much like every day or every hour of your life, you're kind of like multiple different people, right? So like me at this hour right now of the day, tomorrow I'm the same person, but kind of a different person, right? I'm filming this video now. I'll probably edit it later on today and then upload it today. And tomorrow me might look back and be happy that I did that because I didn't miss a day of doing YouTube. So we always want to try and find ways that we can make life easier for our tomorrow self. But then on the flip side, what if today, for example, you skip a gym session? You really don't feel like going to the gym today and you've been going consistently, been doing really well. But then today you sort of like, whatever, I'm not going to do a gym session today. Maybe I don't really feel up to it. I just can't be asked. I'm just going to sit down and watch YouTube, watch TikTok all day. And then tomorrow you is going to wake up and realize that you've missed out on a gym session. And you might look back and think, why did I miss that gym session? I was doing so well. I was being so consistent. Or why did I cheat on my diet? You could indulge today, have some comfort today, have like the chocolate cake, have some cookies and whatever, donuts, and just sort of, I used to do this quite a lot where I'd finish my main meal of the day. At the end of the day, you have like the big meal that sort of finishes off the day, and that's your last meal of the day. But then always afterwards, I've always had a sweet tooth. I'm going to get the chocolate and going to try and find like if we've got any donuts or anything in the cupboard in the kitchen so that I can just have that nice little sweet kind of treat to finish off the day, or a hot chocolate or something. I am guilty for this, and it's something that I'm working on because I'm trying to really improve my diet. But that's like the Achilles heel for me, is late on in the day I'll get these like really sweet tooth cravings. But then tomorrow me might wake up with like some new spots forming and you're just feeling a bit slow and not really feeling like getting up to do anything or going for the morning walk. And that's all because of what previous day me did. So you're kind of like multiple different people each day, and each person on each different day is affected by the person and what they did the day before. And you can sort of see where I'm going with this. So every single day, if you kept staying in comfort, kept cheating on your diet, didn't go to the gym, just played video games, didn't work any extra on your business, and each day you did that, it's going to compound over weeks and months and years. And then you have the moment like I had when I was 17, or 16, 17, where I looked at a picture of myself from an Instagram photo, I was totally fine with myself for all those years. I didn't think there was a problem. And then all of a sudden I see a picture of myself in, really bad position, really bad lighting. And I'm just, thinking, shit, who is that guy? He's not a good looking dude. And I was upset with myself. So it's super interesting, this concept of like sacrificing comfort now for you to have an easier time later on, because it actually, like I say, it compounds over the years. And then the really nice thing about knowing this information and just thinking about it is, on the flip side of things, you can delay comfort. And what is this? We know what term this is. If you've been on self-improvement for a while, if you watch some of my other videos, you'll know that this is delayed gratification. And that's all it is. I want to tell you a study that I learned from a podcaster. I think it was on Chris Williamson's podcast. He was talking, I believe it was with Andrew Huberman on this. I could be wrong, but he was talking about the marshmallow experiment. Now, you're probably familiar with this experiment. It's a very famous experiment. It goes all around in the self-improvement space. Lots of people talk about it, and I believe Hamza talks about it as well. It was a study done on kids, and what happened was the kids were basically offered one marshmallow right now, but if they didn't eat the marshmallow and waited 15 minutes, they could have 2 marshmallows in 15 minutes time. So that's kind of the whole experiment. It's just instant versus delayed gratification in children. And there was lots of children, the majority of them didn't want to wait 15 minutes for 2 marshmallows. They would rather have 1 marshmallow right now, i.e. low willpower and very sense of like instant gratification, right? Prone to that kind of decision making. And the few kids that actually said, what, that makes sense, I'll wait 15 minutes and then have 2 marshmallows because it's like more pleasurable to have 2, and just delayed the gratification for the bigger reward. Those kids actually were like studied after this test. So this test, it happened, and then they followed along with each of the participants in the test for years afterwards. I don't know how long, but just to see their progress, so that when they weren't children anymore, going through young adult life, and carried on looking at them. And the kids who delayed gratification and had the 2 marshmallows and didn't eat the 1 straight away went on to have more successful lives and better careers and better health overall. And the kids that had the marshmallow straight away and couldn't wait and just wanted it right now, the instant pleasure, those kids were found to sort of form habits like that with diet and became a lot more unhealthy, and just overall didn't like succeed as well in life. And that just tells us something, that there's something to delayed gratification. There's something there that's important. It's definitely a trait that we all want to try and practice, because there is something there that it's positive. It's going to help us succeed in our self-improvement. On the flip side of it, the positives of sacrificing comfort now for success later, for future you, is that it's going to compound. So I'll give you an example. With me, with this YouTube channel, I am sacrificing comfort right now in my early 20s. So I'm in my early 20s, I'm 22. I could just be like the majority of my friends, except for a few of them, but the majority of my friends, just sit around and, just in comfort, right? They just play video games, they go out drinking on the weekend and get really drunk, and then hangovers early in the week, and they just kind of go through life like that, right? And they don't really do anything other than just work and like work at their jobs, and then eat whatever they want and take drugs and smoke and drink and all that kind of stuff, right? Which I'm not against or anything. Like, I've done that stuff before. I'm not like condemning anyone who does that. I'm just saying this is what a lot of people I know do. And they're having comfort right now. And that is the kid with the marshmallow, right? You could have 2 marshmallows later, like i.e. 10 years time, you could have like double the success, or you could have the pleasure right now. And a lot of people will just take it right now. But what I'm doing, for example, I'm not saying I'm like the best at this or anything, right? I've still got stuff that I'm working on, but right now I'm sacrificing going out on the weekends, because I work on the weekends on this channel. I've got other projects that I'm doing. I'm working in my early 20s, so that hopefully when I'm 26, 27, 28, this channel might have 1 million subscribers and I can work full time on the channel. So that would be an example of delayed gratification, because I'm sacrificing comfort now for 28-year-old me. And it's the same with the gym. I go to the gym every day now, sacrificing comfort. Sometimes I go to the gym and I really just want to sit in bed, but I force myself to go to the gym. And you kind of have to have that section of time where you just work on something, i.e. the gym or YouTube or business or whatever, where it's painful, it's uncomfortable, and you're just out of your comfort zone and you get no reward for it. And you've got to kind of get over that gap where the reward starts to come later on. Like, I've just hit 1,000 subscribers, for example. So that's like a reward for me. But all through the past 9 months of me working on this YouTube channel, it's kind of been like putting in lots of work, and it's been largely like rewardless, like, you know, a few hundred subscribers. But now it's sort of like starting to pay off. And that's the thing that I want to drill into you now. It's like sacrifice comfort now and just know that you will get the rewards later on. It might just take a while to manifest. So that's really just what I wanted to ask you today and talk about. How much comfort are you willing to sacrifice right now? What are some of the things that you're doing in the day? It could be diet related. It could just be like gym related, you know, fitness and health. Is there any like business stuff that you're doing now that you kind of just procrastinating on? You're not really doing it. You know you should be doing it. You know you should be going to the gym. You know you should be working on like your little side project, even though it's not making you any money right now. You know that 2-3 year old, you know, sorry, you in like 2 or 3 years down the line could potentially look back on you right now and just think like, thank you so much for continuing on doing that thing, because that's what I'm aiming for. I'm just thinking about 25, 26-year-old me and the goals that I've got for me at that age, and just thinking, okay, how can I make 25, 26-year-old me look back at 22-year-old me and think, you know, that was great that you like sacrificed comfort then so that I can like have the rewards now, if that makes sense. Remember, just keep looking around at your day-to-day things and think, am I being like too comfortable here? Am I too comfortable today? Is there anything else I could be doing that would make just like, and just think of it in short term for now. Like, is there anything that tomorrow me is going to be thankful for that I do today? And then you can scale it up and it's going to compound over the years. And you can think, is there anything that 30, 40, 50-year-old me is going to look back and think, thank you 20-year-old me for doing that. Thank you 30-year-old me for doing that, for working on that business, for continuing to go to the gym. And yeah, I think if you can just start thinking like that day to day, I think it's just going to be super beneficial for you and your whole self-improvement journey. Right, remember, just improve yourself by 1% every day and you will get there. See ya.